Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow seekers of truth, imagine waking up one morning to find that everything you've ever known has changed. The world as you see it is flipped on its head, and the familiar rhythm of daily life is replaced by an urgent call to action. This isn't just a thought experiment, it's a reality many of us grapple with in the face of uncertainty, and it's the backdrop for our discussion today. The message is clear. Urgent. Rapture on the 27th or 28th of September 2025. The very mention of this date conjures a myriad of questions, fears, and hopes. But today, I want to shift your focus from the fear of what may come to the potential of what you can create now. We live in a world filled with uncertainty. Climate change, political upheaval, and personal challenges loom over us like storm clouds. Yet I stand before you today not to dwell on the shadows, but to illuminate the path ahead. I urge you to see this urgency not as a countdown to despair, but as an invitation to action. The first step in this journey is to embrace the present moment. Think back to a time when you felt truly alive. Perhaps it was during a breathtaking sunset, a deep conversation with a friend, or the thrill of achieving a long-held goal. In those moments, time seemed to stand still, didn't it? The clock lost its power over you. This is where life happens, in the now. We often find ourselves living in the past or worrying about the future. But what if I told you that the only moment you can truly seize is this one? The urgency of our situation demands that we act now. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Create it. Each day is a blank page, a chance to write your own story. Let me share a personal story. A few years back, I was at a crossroads in my life, paralyzed by fear and indecision. I had dreams of speaking to audiences around the world, but I kept postponing my journey, waiting for the right moment. One day, I received news that a dear friend was diagnosed with a terminal illness. In that moment, I realized how fragile life is and how quickly time can slip away. I chose then to act, to invest in myself, to share my voice, and to embrace every opportunity. This urgency transformed my life, and I found purpose in the present. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? What dream have you shelved for another day? The time to act is now. Now, as we embrace the present, let's talk about the power of community. The urgency we feel can be overwhelming, but it is precisely in these moments that we must lean on one another. We are not solitary beings. We are part of a vast tapestry of experiences, and together we can weave a future filled with hope and resilience. Consider the stories of those who have faced adversity and triumphed. From the civil rights movement to grassroots environmental efforts, history shows us that collective action can change the course of society. It's in our shared humanity that we find strength. I remember attending a community gathering after a devastating natural disaster. People from all walks of life came together, not as strangers, but as neighbors, friends, and allies. In the face of fear and loss, they united to rebuild their community. They didn't ask, what can I do alone? Instead, they asked, what can we do together? This spirit of collaboration can be the catalyst for change in your own life. Seek out those who inspire you, engage with your community, whether it's local, national, or even global. Share your dreams and fears and invite others to do the same. Together, we can create a movement that not only addresses the urgent challenges we face, but also fosters hope and connection. So I challenge you, reach out, find your tribe, share your story. When we lift each other up, we create a force that can move mountains. Finally, I want to address the elephant in the room, fear. It is a natural human response, especially when faced with uncertainty. But fear can be both a barrier and a bridge. It can paralyze us or propel us into action. The choice is ours. There's a powerful quote that resonates deeply. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. This means that to act in the face of fear is to harness its energy, transforming it into motivation. When you feel that tightness in your chest or that fluttering in your stomach, recognize it as a signal. The universe is nudging you toward growth. Let me share a story from my own life. When I first stepped onto a stage, I was filled with dread. My palms were sweaty, my heart raced, and self-doubt crept in like a shadow. But instead of allowing that fear to silence me, I turned it into fuel. I focused on my purpose, the message I wanted to share, and stepped forward. Each time I faced that fear, I grew stronger. The same is true for you. When you confront your fears, whether they are about pursuing a new career, starting a relationship, or making a bold change, you ignite a spark within yourself. You become a force of nature, capable of transforming the world around you. As we stand on the brink of uncertainty, I implore you to take that step. Don't let fear dictate your journey. Use it as a compass to guide you toward your true purpose. In conclusion, as we reflect on the urgency surrounding us, let us not succumb to despair. Instead, let us embrace the moment, harness the power of community, and transform our fears into action. The dates may loom ahead, but it is our choices today that will shape the future. I leave you with this call to action. Stand up. Take a deep breath and commit to one small change today. Whether it's reaching out to someone you've lost touch with, starting that project you've been putting off, or simply sharing your story with the world, take that step. Together, let's not just face the future, let's create it. The time is now. Thank you. As we explore the intricacies of our shared journey, let's delve deeper into the essence of urgency and what it means to live a life fully engaged with our purpose. The concept of urgency is often misunderstood. It can be perceived as a frantic rush, a state of panic. Yet, I invite you to consider it a gentle but persistent nudge from the universe, a call to awaken to our fullest potential. When we think of urgency, we often envision deadlines, ticking clocks, and looming pressures. But I ask you to reframe this notion. What if urgency is not about the speed of our actions, but about the depth of our engagement with life? What if it's about recognizing the fleeting nature of our time here and choosing to make every moment count? Let's embark on this exploration by reflecting on the choices we make daily. Each decision we face is an opportunity to step into our authenticity. Think of a moment in your life when you had to choose between comfort and growth. Perhaps it was the first time you stood up for something you believed in, or the moment you decided to leave a secure job to pursue a passion. These moments of choice are where urgency truly lives. They are the intersections between fear and courage, doubt and belief. I remember a time in my life when I was presented with an opportunity that terrified me. I had been invited to speak at an international conference. I felt a wave of self-doubt wash over me. Who am I to speak on such a grand stage, I thought. But then I paused and reflected on the countless hours I had spent honing my craft, studying the art of communication and learning from those who inspired me. I realized that this was not just about me. It was about sharing a message that could resonate with others. It's essential to recognize that when we step into our truth, we empower others to do the same. Your story, your struggles, and your triumphs can serve as a beacon of light for someone else navigating their path. When you embrace your purpose with urgency, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Let's consider the power of vulnerability in this context. Our society often equates vulnerability with weakness, but in reality, it is one of the strongest forms of courage. When you dare to be vulnerable, you demonstrate that it's okay to feel afraid, to stumble, and to rise again. This authenticity invites others to share their own vulnerabilities, fostering a culture of openness and support. As we acknowledge the importance of vulnerability, let's not forget the transformative power of storytelling. Stories connect us, they bridge gaps between experiences and create empathy. Every time you share your journey, you invite others to reflect on their own lives. Think about the last time you heard a story that moved you. Perhaps it was a tale of resilience, a moment of joy, or a lesson learned through hardship. Those stories linger in our minds and hearts, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. Now, let's shift our focus to the idea of action. Urgency calls us to act. But what does that action look like in our daily lives? It's easy to get caught up in grand gestures, launching a new project, starting a movement, or making a significant life change. Yet often it is the small, consistent actions that create lasting change. Imagine if every day you committed to taking one small step toward your goals. Perhaps it's dedicating 30 minutes to learning a new skill, reaching out to someone you admire, or simply practicing gratitude by writing down 3 things you're thankful for. These small acts accumulate over time, creating a powerful momentum that propels you toward your dreams. Let's draw inspiration from nature. Think about a seed. It doesn't become a towering tree overnight. It requires nurturing, patience, and consistent care. Similarly, your journey toward your goals will require time and dedication. Embrace the process. Celebrate the small victories along the way, for they are the building blocks of your future success. As we navigate our paths, we must also confront the inevitable setbacks and challenges that arise. Life is not a straight line. It is a winding road filled with twists and turns. When faced with adversity, our response defines us. Will we view challenges as roadblocks or as opportunities for growth? I recall a significant setback in my own career. After pouring my heart and soul into a project, it failed spectacularly. I felt crushed. But instead of allowing that failure to define me, I chose to reflect on the lessons learned. What could I do differently? How could I improve? This reflection became a catalyst for growth, leading me to new opportunities I never would have discovered had I remained stagnant in my disappointment. This leads us to the importance of resilience. Resilience is not merely the ability to bounce back. It is the capacity to grow stronger through adversity. It is the unwavering belief that no matter how difficult the journey may be, we have the power within us to overcome. In cultivating resilience, we must also recognize the role of self-compassion. It's easy to be critical of ourselves during challenging times, but true growth comes from treating ourselves with kindness. Speak to yourself as you would to a friend facing a similar struggle. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't allow them to dictate your worth or your future. As we continue to explore the theme of urgency, let's consider the impact of our choices on the world around us. Each decision we make resonates beyond our immediate circumstances. Think about the environmental challenges we face today. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture. Imagine if each of us made a conscious effort to reduce our waste, support sustainable practices, or educate ourselves about environmental issues. Together, our collective actions can lead to monumental change. This is the power of urgency, recognizing that our choices today shape the world of tomorrow. In this interconnected world, we must also consider the importance of inclusivity. We are stronger when we embrace diversity and foster an environment where everyone's voice is heard. Listen to the stories of those different from you. Engage in conversations that challenge your perspectives. By doing so, you enrich your understanding and contribute to a more compassionate and equitable society. As we approach the conclusion of our journey together, I want to emphasize the significance of gratitude. In a world filled with urgency and chaos, taking a moment to express gratitude can be transformative. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. Every morning, I encourage you to take a few moments to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. It may be the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a loved one, or the simple fact that you have the opportunity to start anew each day. Gratitude grounds us, reminding us of the beauty in the ordinary and the extraordinary. Furthermore, let's discuss the importance of setting intentions. As we recognize the urgency of our time, let's not merely react to life's demands. Let's proactively shape our lives. Each day is a chance to set an intention, a guiding principle for how you want to show up in the world. Perhaps your intention is to be more present, to cultivate joy, or to serve others. Whatever it may be, let it guide your actions and decisions. When we live intentionally, we align our choices with our values, creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. As we draw closer to the end of this discussion, I want to leave you with a vision. Picture a world where every individual recognizes their power to effect change. A world where urgency is embraced not as a source of fear, but as a call to action. Imagine communities coming together, driven by a shared purpose and a commitment to uplift one another. Visualize yourself stepping into your power, embracing the present moment, and taking action that aligns with your goals. Picture the ripple effect of your choices, inspiring those around you to do the same. Now, I challenge you to turn this vision into reality. Take a moment to close your eyes and envision your future self. What does that person look like? What actions are they taking? What impact are they making? Hold on to that vision and use it as a compass to guide you forward. As we conclude, I urge you to remember that urgency is not just a concept, it is a way of life. It is a reminder that our time is precious and that our actions matter. Embrace the present, engage with your community, and transform your fears into action. Together, let's create a movement fueled by passion, purpose, and urgency. Let's lift each other up, share our stories, and take bold steps toward our dreams. The time to act is now, and the world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. Thank you for being here today, for your willingness to listen, and for your commitment to making a difference. Let's go forth and create a future that reflects our highest aspirations. Let's not just wait for change. Let's be the change. The journey begins today, and each of us has a role to play. Together, we can illuminate the path ahead and inspire generations to come. Thank you. As we delve deeper into the essence of urgency, let's explore the concept of legacy. Legacy is a powerful motivator. It shapes how we live our lives and how we want to be remembered. Each action we take today is a thread in the fabric of our legacy. When we understand that our choices ripple through time, influencing not just our immediate surroundings but generations to come, we begin to act with intention and purpose. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast body of water, observing how a single stone cast into it creates ripples that expand outward, touching every corner of that water. This is how our lives operate. Every word we speak, every kindness we show, and every challenge we embrace sends ripples into the universe, affecting others in ways we may never fully understand. Consider the stories of those who have left an indelible mark on the world. Think of the leaders who stood up against injustice, the artists who captured the human experience, and the innovators who dared to dream. Their legacies are not just about the achievements they amassed, but the values they embodied and the lives they touched. Now, I invite you to reflect on what kind of legacy you wish to leave behind. What values do you hold dear? What impact do you want to have on your community and the world? When you clarify your vision for your legacy, it becomes a guiding star, illuminating your path and helping you make decisions that align with your deepest convictions. As we think about legacy, let's also consider the importance of mentorship. Each of us has the power to guide and inspire others on their journeys. Mentorship is not limited to formal relationships. It can manifest in everyday interactions. A word of encouragement to a colleague, sharing your expertise with a young person, or simply being a listening ear can profoundly influence someone's life trajectory. I remember a mentor who changed my life. She was a woman of incredible wisdom and strength, someone who had navigated her own challenges and emerged victorious. I sought her guidance during a particularly turbulent time, feeling lost and unsure of my path. Through her stories and insights, she illuminated possibilities I had never considered. She taught me that mentorship is a two-way street. While I learned from her, she also gained new perspectives through our conversations. This mutual exchange of knowledge and experience enriches both the mentor and the mentee. When you invest in others, you not only help them navigate their journeys, but also cultivate your own growth. So reach out and be a mentor. Share your knowledge, your struggles, and your triumphs. You never know how your words may ignite a spark in someone else. Now let's pivot to the theme of innovation. In times of urgency, we often find ourselves needing to think outside the box. Innovation is born from necessity, and when faced with challenges, we must tap into our creativity. The most profound solutions often arise from the most pressing problems. As we reflect on history, we see countless examples of innovation emerging from adversity. Think of the medical advancements that followed public health crises or the technological breakthroughs that arose during economic downturns. Each time we face a challenge, we have the opportunity to innovate, to create, and to transform our circumstances. I recall the story of a small startup that faced an enormous obstacle during its early days. With limited resources and a looming deadline, the team was on the verge of giving up. But instead of succumbing to despair, they gathered together, brainstorming unconventional solutions. Through collaboration and a willingness to take risks, they developed a product that not only met their immediate needs, but also went on to revolutionize their industry. This is the spirit of innovation. It requires us to be willing to fail, to experiment, and to embrace uncertainty. In moments of urgency, we must dare to think boldly. What new ideas can you explore? What risks are you willing to take? When faced with challenges, let your creativity flow. Embrace the unknown, for it is often where the greatest breakthroughs occur. As we navigate the complexities of life, let's not forget the importance of self-care. In a world that often demands more from us than we feel we can give, it's easy to become overwhelmed and neglect our own well-being. Yet self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. When we prioritize our physical, mental, and emotional health, we equip ourselves to face challenges with clarity and resilience. Think of the analogy of putting on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. It's a reminder that you cannot pour from an empty cup. To be of service to others, you must first take care of yourself. I remember a time when I was so consumed by my work that I neglected my health. The stress began to take its toll, affecting my focus and productivity. It wasn't until I reached a breaking point that I realized the importance of balance. I began to incorporate small self-care practices into my daily routine: meditation, exercise, and time spent in nature. These simple changes rejuvenated my spirit and allowed me to approach my work with renewed energy and creativity. So, I urge you to prioritize self-care. Listen to your body and your mind. Create rituals that nourish your soul. Whether it's taking a walk in the park, journaling your thoughts, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with a cup of tea, make space for self-care in your life. When you care for yourself, you become more capable of making a positive impact on the world around you. As we continue this journey, let's discuss the importance of adaptability. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt is crucial. Life rarely goes according to plan, and the unexpected can throw us off course. However, it is our adaptability that allows us to navigate these shifts with grace and resilience. Consider the story of a small business that was forced to pivot during a global crisis. Faced with dwindling sales and uncertainty, the owner gathered her team to brainstorm new strategies. They embraced change, leveraging technology to reach customers in new ways. Through creativity and adaptability, they not only survived but thrived, emerging stronger than before. This is the essence of adaptability, the willingness to embrace change and view challenges as opportunities for growth. When faced with uncertainty, ask yourself, how can I pivot? What new possibilities can I explore? Cultivating adaptability also means being open to feedback and learning from others. Surround yourself with diverse perspectives that challenge your thinking. Embrace the idea that every experience, whether good or bad, carries valuable lessons. Now, let's explore the theme of vision. A clear vision acts as a compass, guiding us through the complexities of life. When we have a vision, we can navigate challenges with purpose and direction. It allows us to see beyond the immediate obstacles and focus on the bigger picture. Take a moment to think about your vision. What do you want to achieve in your life? What impact do you want to have on the world? When you articulate your vision, you create a roadmap for your journey. I recall a time when I was invited to lead a community initiative. At first, I felt overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task ahead. But as I began to articulate a vision for the project, everything shifted. I gathered input from community members, listened to their needs and aspirations, and collaboratively crafted a vision that inspired action. As we moved forward, that vision served as our guiding light. It rallied support, motivated volunteers, and created a sense of ownership among all involved. A shared vision unites people, igniting a collective passion for a common cause. So, I encourage you to articulate your vision clearly. Write it down, share it with others, and allow it to guide your decisions. When your actions align with your vision, you create a powerful synergy that propels you toward your goals. As we reflect on the urgency of our time, let's also consider the role of gratitude in our lives. Gratitude is a transformative practice that shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. In moments of urgency, it can ground us, allowing us to maintain perspective and find joy amidst chaos. Each evening, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your day. What are you grateful for? It could be the support of a friend, a moment of laughter, or even a lesson learned from a difficult experience. By regularly practicing gratitude, you cultivate a mindset that appreciates the richness of life even in challenging times. This practice can be particularly powerful when you face adversity. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, shift your focus to the lessons learned and the opportunities for growth. Gratitude can be a beacon of hope, guiding you through even the darkest moments. As we approach the final stretch of our journey together, let's discuss the importance of collaboration. In an increasingly interconnected world, collaboration is key to effecting meaningful change. No one person can do it all. We must join forces, pooling our talents and resources to create a brighter future. Think about the incredible innovations and movements that have emerged from collaboration. From scientific breakthroughs to social justice initiatives, the power of collective action is undeniable. When we come together, we amplify our impact and create solutions that are greater than the sum of their parts. I recall a community project aimed at addressing food insecurity. Local farmers, chefs, and volunteers came together to create a sustainable food system. Each person brought unique skills and perspectives, and through collaboration, they developed innovative solutions that transformed the community. This spirit of collaboration is something we can all embrace in our lives. Seek out partnerships, engage in dialogue, and be open to working with others. When we collaborate, we create a sense of unity that transcends individual differences. As we wrap up this exploration of urgency, legacy, and our roles in shaping the future, I want to leave you with a final thought. The legacy we leave is not just defined by our accomplishments, but by the relationships we build and the lives we touch. Each day presents us with the opportunity to write our story, to create a legacy that reflects our values and aspirations. The urgency of our time calls us to act, to engage, and to inspire. It invites us to embrace the present moment, to connect with our communities, and to transform our fears into action. As you leave here today, I urge you to take a moment to reflect on your legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to impact the lives of those around you? Let this reflection guide your actions moving forward. Choose to share your gifts, to uplift others, and to contribute to a cause greater than yourself. The world is waiting for your unique contributions, and your legacy is waiting to be written. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your presence today. Thank you for being part of this journey, for your willingness to engage deeply with these themes, and for your commitment to making a difference. Together, let us embrace the urgency of our time, step boldly into our futures, and create legacies that inspire generations to come. The time to act is now, and I believe in the power of each one of you to effect change. Thank you.